So we've reached Intercoastal City. That is the Boat Truck 39 over there. That is the ship that I will be delivering to. They're probably going to get a forklift. So you say, you waiting on a forklift? Like, I'm just waiting on instructions, man. It's right now. So there's Stellies, right? And see, fishing camp, hunting camp, fishing camp. What had happened was the bridge was open one time, and I almost went over it while it was open to boat traffic.
Oh my God!
Would not. They literally had the platform.
You don't see that every day.
Like sitting at. Well, we are officially rolling into the shipyard town of Cameron. This is it. So, why does it look closed? That's not cool. Maybe that's a problem. I have to see. That's not good at all. Alright. Okay, so I am like literally waiting to see what is going to happen here. This used to be the way you get onto the ferry, and I see cars across, and I see what looks to be a ferry boat coming this way. However, I'm trying to see where they're coming from and going to. There may be a different road. I might have to go this way to get onto the ferry, because it certainly does not look like I'm going over this, right? So I'm looking. We're gonna see. I mean, there's cars on that ferry over there. It's turned sideways, but there is cars. And when I look over there, I see what looks almost like a raised bridge, and it looks like it's coming up to it. So yeah, the Acadia, and that same one has been there forever. So maybe the landing's messed up, but the ferry is still open and running. I do see the Acadia coming, so I'm gonna wait and see what these cars do, where they come from, where they go to, and how that works. And that's gonna tell me what I need to do. And at the moment, it looks like this guy's turning around, and it may be that second spot over there. And I think this guy's kind of trying to figure out the same thing, because he pulled up over here around the same time I did, and he just pulled over there and backed in. So I think we're all just like trying to figure out what the hell we need to do to get on this ferry. So as soon as I find out what is going on, I'm gonna let everybody know. As of right now, it looks confusing for sure. For sure. So yeah, I'm seeing cars coming off. They're coming off, and they're gonna be coming around this way. So that is exactly what I need to do. I need to pull this way and get onto the ferry by the place where they're coming off. So let's go ahead and get in gear. You can see they got a stop sign there, which is good, because then that gives me a little time to roll this way and roll the other way, depending. So let's see. Yep, I see the line there. So let's see, that's the line to get on. It says it holds 50 cars. Of course, that all depends on trucks. Well, I was not recording at all, so let me explain. We were over there, and then the Acadia pulled up and cars started coming off, and so we had to go around the side of the building and to this other little spot. So they kind of, I think this was always here, but they're working on that one, it seems like, and so they're using this one. But generally what's going to happen, I'm going to try not to record nobody, but generally what happens is you go on, they charge you $1 when you get on, and then they tell you where to park, and they go from there. So you see, giving me a little $1. So I'm gonna continue the recording after I get on. All right, so the ferry runs every 15 minutes across, and what the guy just told me. Sorry, my phone's trying to focus here. What the guy just told me was that, you know, because I'm a truck and I'm a large truck, what he wants to do is get all the other vehicles. So if we get more, right now there's no more passenger cars coming at the moment, but if they get more and they get more last minute, they want to get those passenger cars on first, because see, these cars are going around that wheelhouse. See how they're like this? They actually went on and they went around the back side of the wheelhouse and then came back around like this. And when they leave, that white truck is going to go through the gate on the other side. So what they're going to do with me is they're actually going to have me straddle straight across. Alright, so I'm going to be sideways on the boat. And then when we get to the other side and they open that gate, I just drive right off. I don't even have to like worry about trying to make that turn around that wheelhouse. Makes life a little bit easy. He already collected the $1, so $1 that company owes me. They don't give you a ticket for it, but they know I had to cross the ferry. I'm just gonna tell them, y'all owe me $1. Just saying. So anyway, yeah. So that's it, and cool. I guess. I mean, we can sit here and chill. We can look at the water. Pretty sure they got some good fishing and all. But in 15 minutes, whenever he's ready to go, I'll come back to record that. Interestingly enough, there was 2 ferries here that would run. They didn't run at the same time. One would run, then later on a different one would run. But they did have 2 alternating ferries, and I remember the Acadia and I remember the Griffith, right? So I'm looking around trying to figure out where the other Griffith is, the other ferry is, and not really noticing it. I know I caught it earlier on a video, but not really noticing. I see the Griffith here, and I realize, and you see the OTD on the deal, that is a push boat. That is like, it's like a tugboat. It's a push boat that's pushing that barge that's doing some work right there. And it made me think, I wonder if the other ferry was a barge that was just getting pushed along by the Griffith push boat. And I always thought that it was a regular ferry, but it was actually just a barge they were hauling you over on. And it would make a lot of sense, because unlike this one that they're doing the whole little circle dance, that one you used to drive on, right? And then it would haul you across and you would just drive off. So if that's the case, you know, that would make sense. It would just be a barge that you would go on. Because I remember, like, especially 4 o'clock in the morning, having, you know, me and a few flatbed trucks, and like literally this thing had some serious weight on it and would go across from this side to the other. You definitely couldn't do that with the Acadia. The Acadia, if you get 2 trucks on there, you're doing really good. Because and they get one to pull to the right and one to stay straight. Because as you can see, it's not very, it's just not made for it, you know, it doesn't have a huge deck. So, we got some other guys that are getting on, they're on their way up the ferry, so let them do their thing, and, yeah, catch back. I was trying to give the guy a little bit of respect instead of recording him, but you'll see what happens here. He tied off to that peg, and then he tied off to this cleat. And then now they're lowering the bridge. So there we go. That's the drawbridge. This is what a mostly empty fuel dock in Cameron looks like. Oh, by the way, yeah, that might have used to be offices at one time. They are using this trailer. On the right side, the left side is different than the right side. It's split in half. But I had to go in and sign in. Is what he asked me to do. He told me he had to go start a boat and get that stuff ready for them before he can offload me. He just asked me to go ahead and get signed in while waiting, find out who it's for. He'll probably, 9 out of 10, if he doesn't have me pulled by that warehouse, because it's forklift and all, and he may be dropping it here. You'll see they got, Hermes has some groceries here, so he may be dropping it here, but 9 out of 10 he's gonna have me pull over there somewhere. So we did confirm what the company was that it was working for. I had to do that. Now, I want to point out, I just do this to make it easy. I'll just put this pallet already back here without going all the way to the end, because if he needs me to move, it's already there. Those are those lights I was saying about. Now, one thing I want to point out, with your paperwork, you always get one of these, and I didn't seal it. If this is going in a grocery box, you'll always want to take this and put it in the grocery box. This way, if for whatever reason the dispatcher misplaces the paperwork, don't worry, it never happens. Or you forget something, forget to give a copy, whatever, they have a copy. What I do with it, and I know I didn't show it on a bow truck, but I will literally take it and just slide it in the pallet. If it goes to a grocery box, great, I'll put it in then. If not, then it's already on the pallet and I don't have to worry about it. So just these two going here. My last two stop is going to be back at Intercoastal City, where we went drop off earlier this morning. So in the meantime, I'm just kind of waiting, talking to you guys and waiting. So I see the forklift coming this way. That is probably going to be us getting offloaded, but I'm going to confirm that he doesn't need me anywhere else before. Well, that went smooth as butter. We didn't have any issues at all. The guy was cool as a cucumber. I mean, that's usually how it is out on these docks, man. I seldomly ever have problems with dispatchers at docks, cooks, and captains. I mean, I'm not saying there's not some a-holes out here, because they definitely have some rude people, but 99% of the time, they're good. They're just trying to get their job done, trying to get stuff around. They want to make it easy, and if you make it easy on them, they make it easy on you. So, okay, so it's 10 o'clock. I have to get to Intercoastal City for noon, which gives me about 30 minutes to play with. And, I mean, granted, I really want to go kind of check out Shell Beach. It has been ages since I've been there, and I think it's really cool. Like, if y'all seen earlier in the video, I had shown that platform on the drive over here. That's out in the Gulf, man. That's sitting out there drilling oil, and at night it's lit up, and it looks like a freaking city out there. It's so bright and so lit up. But considering I need to be in the other direction, and I really need to get going, I have decided I'm not going to go to Shell Beach. So I'm not going to take a left, I'm going to take a right and go to the ferry and wait 15, 20 minutes, whatever I got to do. I'll probably eat my lunch there while waiting for the ferry. But yeah, my point on Shell Beach is nice. Don't expect sand. I mean, there is sand, but it's called Shell Beach for a reason. I mean, it's mostly like shells. And nothing bad, it doesn't hurt or anything. It's just, it's really nice though. I like it. I happen to like it. It's a very small little community. Look it up. Look it up on Facebook. Look it up on the internet. Yeah, Shell Beach. Anyway, I digress. So, yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and head back the other way. But the thing at Shell Beach at night, if you're hanging out, you can actually see not one, but you might see 6 or 7 platforms out there, all lit up like Christmas trees. So. And then you get to see the boats coming back and forth, because at night the boats are lit up, red, green, white. It really is, and it's nice. It's really cool to see that, much like being on the river and seeing the cruise ships coming back and forth. It's really a cool thing to see. Again, y'all have seen the way over here. There's not a whole lot else to see going back that's going to be different. So unless I see something that really I missed, or something that's really out of the way, or that I feel I need to point out, I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna video my drive back. So, alright guys, well, guys, girls, fellows, whatever, we are on our way back. I'm about to pass that burn pile again. That, honestly, we have a really nasty, dark cloud that is probably going to be raining on me in a few minutes, and that burn pile kind of freaked me out for a second, because I was like, better not be no damn tornado. So anyway, enough of that. Let me get off of this. This highway is known as the Creole Nature Trail, and I do remember now that I did say I wanted to capture that Creole Nature Trail sign. And the Trail Nature Trail, from what I've driven, goes all the way through like Abbeville and all that, or where we came from. Actually, it goes through all of that. However, it on the other side goes all along the marsh and all through through Lake Charles. And y'all seen this? So see, I'm getting behind this bobtail. But yeah, it went through Lake Charles, and there's a museum out there. I'm so sorry, y'all. There's a museum out there that's pretty cool. I remember on a couple of hot days where on my way back and having to go that direction because the ferry was out, or I had to go, you know, for whatever reason I had to go that way. I do remember stopping in at that museum and, you know, enjoying that. So if you're ever passing that way, just know there is a trail there. There's a road. It's a nice road, and there's something interesting. Did I get that on film? Man, I sure hope I got that porpoise on film. So they had right there, and if he does it again, I am going to capture it. There was literally a porpoise that popped out the water and did his little porpoisey thing with his fin and all. That was cool. Like, I'm hoping I got that on film. I'm gonna have to like look back at this. May have to try to like digitally zoom it, which is gonna look like crap, but I'm hoping. I tell you, talk about excellent timing. So like when I got there, the ferry was on the side getting ready to go on that side, and so it was already traveling across the water, and it got there and offloaded, so I found out I had to go to the side. Then I went to make my delivery, and I turned around and came back to the ferry, and when I came back to the ferry was here, and they're offloading right now. I practically had no wait at all, no wait time for this ferry. Just waiting for them to offload, and then I'm going to get back on. Now, if you're taking the ferry, just something y'all should know is that it is $1 to get across from east to west. From west to east, however, there is no charge. Alright, so here we are. We're back on the ferry getting ready to take off. They're raising the bridge. Y'all kind of seen it going down. That's what it's like going up. And I am on the crossway. They actually had the bobtail pull over to the corner like I was earlier. And now I am on the crossway, which means when we get over there and they drop the bridge, I am the first one off. That's cool. Kind of funny how that shrimp boat earlier, so I'm just going to show it again. But yep, and if you look over there, you'll see those jacks up in the air. Zoom in, maybe. You do the zooming in because I can show you. That's where we were at Stone Fuel, right down the water. And that's my mirror. And we are taking off. There's that shrimp boat. That's all blurry because I'm zoomed in all the way. Yeah. Little fishing boat about to pass while we're crossing on the street. These guys don't care. They're just gonna roll, you know. Little B-haul it looks like. Alright, cool. So, making our way across. Same thing we did earlier, except for, like I said, we're gonna pull up over there. Y'all seen the whole process. They tie up, they open this gate, they lower the bridge, they tell me to go. That's what's gonna happen. So this is film the next day because my phone died on our trip that we had to Cameron yesterday on the way back. So just a kind of update. When I got to the boat truck, got back to Intercoastal City, the original boat that we had delivered to had moved to a different spot on the dock, which, you know, seeing that. But went deliver that last one, pulled up, they pulled it off with a forklift, put it on the boat, came back, nothing really major, stopped, fueled up the truck, brought the truck back, turned in my paperwork, and that was it. Now I'm starting on another day. Well, that's it, guys. We have gone to Cameron and we have made it back. Unfortunately, my phone did die, and so I did not get some of the stuff coming back, but nothing that we really missed. I really hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed making it. I'm enjoying editing it, and the more I learn and as I can add things to it to make these videos better, I will. Please remember to share, like, and subscribe. And as always, catch you on the flip side.